Bitcoin, we start with 1 hour chart. We want to see how we can look for trade. If we refer to our analysis, we mentioned since the price was right here, we mentioned we can look for short-term buy, and we mentioned about that we want to see the whether the price can break this zone or not. As you can see, almost price near to the first target, but there was no breakout. Okay, and after that we mentioned about the possibility of the flat. Okay, now what we get here is really correct. You know, want to see what's the next, whether we can look for the flat and the price can drop, or we can look for continuation. Okay, in this case we move to forward chart. As you can see, based on forward chart, first of all, whatever we have here, the lines just they are what I using is indicative. Okay, is not the, I mean, we are not using these lines to trade or to get the signals, just indicative. We want to see how the chart is forming. Okay, as we can see, we are within this triangle, and right now we want to see whether this is the correction we can expect the price drop or not. Okay, because we mentioned about the possibility of these two relative to each other. Okay, in this case we start with higher time frame. We want to see how what we have been looking for. In this first we start with daily chart. We mentioned two ways we can look at this one, the chart. Whether we call this one as a flat in relative to the first move correction, and we can expect the price to retest the previous low. Okay, and we mentioned we don't want to see the breakout of 28,500, 28500, because if the price break 28,500, then the price can drop quite a lot. And if we put our fib from here, just consider around 27%, at least the price can drop to 24600, 24600. That's why we don't want to see the breakout of the 28,500. Okay, this is the case. We consider this one as a flat in relative to this. Okay, but beside that, we have the second option. How about if we put these moves in relative to each other? As a first, as a correction, we get one move up, at least with the breakout of the top. We are more interested to look for buy based on these options. All right, but we should know that if the price is going to drop with the breakout of the previous low, which is around 28,500, the next level is 27% of this move, which is around 24600. Okay, and now if we move to forward chart, we remove these lines, we don't need it. What we have been discussing in my last analysis, we mentioned based on 1 hour chart, we have been looking for the short-term trade for buy. We mentioned if the price couldn't continue as the zone we have been looking for, then in the bigger picture, we can look for this one as a flat. And if this one turned to flat as a first correction, for the we can get one more drop, because we're going to the, I mean, we're going to discuss about the second option. The second option, what I mean by second option, we consider that this one as a first move. We put this two relative to each other. We're looking at this one as a flat, as a correction for one move up. Okay, if we want to look for this trade, we need to see this flat as a first correction, at least one more drop, and the next drop, how deep it can go, even can retest the previous low, which is this one. Then any reversal from there, we can look for buy. Whether we get the opportunity for the price to reverse or not, we need to see the movement. But right now, we need to know that if we want to look for trade, we should know about this possibility, about the flat, and mostly the price can drop. Okay, whether we should look for sell or not, I'm not really interested to look for sell, because where we are going to look take the trade, even if the price drop, we cannot confirm whether the price can retest or break the previous low or not. Okay, but if we're going to look for sell, we should have the proper management. But if the price drop, we get this move in relative to this as a flat, any reversal, this is what I'm looking for. Okay, but I need to see the confirmation of this flat. All right, now if I move to 1 hour chart, and right now we're looking at this, because if you refer to what analysis, I mentioned we want to see the breakout of this, and if not, then we can look for flat, and mostly we can get one more drop as a first, second, third, and mostly if we get any drop with the breakout of the previous low, we see the divergence, and From there, we can see the price is losing the momentum. That's why if we get any reversal, this is what we can look for the price to retest 39500. Okay, now we're just looking at this. If we want to see, I mean, right now we're just following this one. We want to see whether the price can retest the previous low or not. Then if yes, how deep it can go. If we see the price is dropping, then from there I will update how deep it can go. That's why right now still we are within this move. Whether this one is going to drop or not, we cannot confirm, but we should be aware about this flat. The reason is if anyone wants to look for buy, we need to know about this. That's why when the price was within this move, I mentioned any trade for buy is a short term. We need to see the continuation of the sharp, and we need to see the breakout of this zone. If not, the price can drop. Okay. By the way, whether we should look for sell or not, it depends on the traders. But for me, I'm not looking for the sell. I just want to see what I get here. If I get the drop with the breakout of this, any reversal, I will take the trade. It doesn't mean if the price drop, I will take the buy. I will wait. I will confirm how deep it can go. Then when we see the confirmation for the reversal, we will take the trade. If we get, it can give us really good trade setup in terms of the risk and reward. Okay. And beside that, we should know about the possibility of the first option, which we discussed based on daily chart. If we move to daily chart, okay, in the bigger picture, maybe this is a flat in relative to the first move, and this is the start of the down move. Okay, that's why if we want to look for buy, we have to see the reversal. And right now we cannot confirm. The only thing is we need to follow this move and see what was the next. Whether there is a continuation, and mostly if there is a continuation, it will be a corrective move. Unless we get a really sharp move as a reversal correction, then from there we can see the difference. Whether then from there we can make a decision to look whether to look for buy or not. But the best thing is if we get this flat. Okay. Anyway, we don't have any trade setup. Just I mentioned how we can look at the chart as what we explained in my last analysis since the price was within this move. In this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.